Before we start rolling, I'll ask you to subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all the most interesting things happening in the Star Wars universe. We always collect the most interesting and reliable information about new TV series, movies, and games. We will be grateful to everyone who subscribes. May the Force be with you. Acolyte is a truly unique project because even the sequels did not make so much noise at the time. As some Star Wars fans say, thanks to Acolyte, we were able to love Episode 8, thanks a lot to Disney. And if after the premiere episodes, the mood of the fans was divided equally, then after the release of the third episode, a real fire began. The series, like everyone involved in it, is drowning in negativity, and even if all subsequent episodes somehow turn out well, it is unlikely that this will be able to change the situation for the better. Personally, I was also very upset with the third episode and even walked around in a bad mood all day after watching it, but I still want to watch The Acolyte to the end and only then make a full conclusion. And although the series received a very poor rating from viewers, it still managed to show a good result on the Disney Plus streaming of 11 million views of the premiere episodes. And do you know what's most interesting? The second season has already been officially announced. According to reputable insiders, Lucasfilm and Disney were so pleased with the final version of the series that they decided to extend it for a second season without waiting for the premiere, and moreover, the companies even began planning a third season at the same time so that a full-fledged trilogy would turn out of all this serial nightmare. According to Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland, from the very beginning, she wanted to show more famous characters from the expanded Star Wars universe in the series, for example, the legendary Darth Bane and the equally legendary Kreia. She is also Darth Traya. But in the end, Leslie and her team decided to abandon this idea because Lucasfilm was interested in new characters and in a more detailed development of the High Republic. But now that the company is so pleased with the series, Leslie is eager to realize all her ideas in the second season and finally please fans of the expanded universe. So, I will say for myself, if she is going to please us in the same way as she already pleased in the third episode of Acolyte, then we can be sad better. Leslie also seriously wants to film the era of the Old Republic and tell the story of Darth Traya, because this mysterious old lady has always been her favorite character. I don't even know how to feel about it. Despite the fact that before the series was released, I tried to be neutral about all her views. After the release of the third series, anxiety began to grow inside me. The ideas of the second season of Acolyte, and especially the series on the Old Republic specifically from Leslie Headland, no longer seem interesting to me. Again, we need to know how the Acolyte series will show itself further, but at the time of recording this video, everything is going very badly. And what scares me the most is that such large companies as Lucasfilm and Disney, for some reason, feel immortal. Instead of understanding what the problem is and drawing appropriate conclusions, they completely spit on the opinion of fans and continue to push their so-called progressive ideas further instead of trying to shoot a really good project that fans will want to watch. These are not just Star Wars fans for whom the company is trying to do something absolutely free of charge. These are people who pay money for a subscription to Disney Plus and want their beloved universe to be treated with due respect, and the entire well-being of Lucasfilm and Disney is built on these very people. And you know, the Acolyte series is drowning in negativity, not so much because of pushing the agenda, but because of the most strange plot decisions. But at the same time, the agenda also played a role in the poor ratings, and I can understand why fans criticize Acolyte so much. It's mostly an expression of protest to the incompetent people at the head of Star Wars. Therefore, I believe that there can be no question of any second or third series, and especially of a series on the Old Republic, until companies begin to understand what the problem really lies. And for some reason, it seems to me that they will never start, because when such situations have arisen in the past, do you know what Disney representatives said? They said that seeing how negatively viewers react to our progressive ideas, we understand that we are doing everything right, and we will continue to do so until society changes. And I think usually if a person is accidentally electrocuted, he stops sticking his hands where it happened. but large companies like Disney receive a strong charge of electricity, like Mace Windu from Palpatine, and still continue to stick their hands in the same place and then blame the audience for everything. Although, despite all their bold statements, after such a statement, for some reason, the filming of a film about Rey was suddenly postponed for an unknown period. What conclusion can we draw from this story? Actually, the first 2 episodes of Acolyte really seemed interesting to me, but the third one ruined everything. A real fire in indignation is igniting, which means Lucasfilm definitely needs to radically change its approach to creating Star Wars series, and not announce the second season of The Acolyte and the film adaptation of The Old Republic. A few years ago, the company was able to work on the mistakes and, after the failed sequels, issued a series of successful TV series and video games, which caused the attitude of fans towards Disney to change for the better. And apparently, the company believed in its second win so much that it completely forgot what had happened before. Who knows? Maybe The Acolyte will serve them as a good lesson, and after it, they will come out again to a series of successful projects, but for now, we have what we have. As always, write your opinion in the comments and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for today. Thanks a lot for watching. May the Force be with you.